So, as we move into our graduation portion, I want to turn it over to Kevin Allen, the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists. He's
Yes.
a mainstay in labor movement nationally, in our state, locally. Has not missed a union summer. Has to be here. So, Matthew, say a few words and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
First of all, I'll just say, thank you for the opportunity. As a person who's been around the block a few times, I'm 71 years old.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I've lived in the scene through the full of the fourth quarter of the 1900s and the first quarter of the 2000s. And so I've been able to, like that commercial says, I've seen a few things. So I could say a few things. For some correction, I was a vice president at the, on the board of the vice president at the Washington State Labor Council Board from 2016 to 2025. And now we have a new vice president. I stepped down from the board at the end of the last convention. I'm with Wolfsey Local 843. But that's okay. That's all right.
Deserves a correction.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all good. At least it's 8, 3, and 4 in there. So we're good. We're good. And union, the summer internship program, I've been fortunate to have been able to come and participate in some of the education sessions probably since 2017. And I can think about Rashay over there, who's one of our financials. I remember when she was an intern.
Oh, wow.
And my job usually then was to just talk about, talk about the constituency groups, and then we would take a trip either to the African American Museum and also to MLK Memorial Park, where we have a couple trees that are planted there. But that just gives a little bit about me. To keep from rambling, I put down a few words that I just wanted to say and leave with you. As my pastor would say, I just want to encourage us. And being here, you've encouraged me today. But first of all, I want to say congratulations on completing the task of the internship. And I would also say a phrase, I use a lot of phrases. I've been a radio station person, a debater, a public speaker, and an MC over the years, 50, 60 years. So I use a lot of different phrases. So the phrase I thought of for today, and sitting in the back, it just reinforced it for me, was acknowledgement, appreciation, and affection. And hopefully during this time, and I've heard a lot of acknowledgments today and a lot of appreciation and affection. That's what happens when people come together as a cohort. You'll be able to gain individual and joint experiences. And you could use that time for yourself individually and also develop friendships and bonds. And you hear the word solidarity, unity, collaboration, cooperation, that you could do that from now to the rest of your life. Another phrase that I use that people hear me say all the time, and I'll just leave this with you today. You don't get engagement without orientation. And one thing about the internship, this internship, and I've heard it just even here today, this gives you an opportunity for orientation. An orientation on labor, an orientation on organizing. I will say this, that orientation, in this level and in this setting, is an orientation on primarily union staff, union organizers, people who actually work for the union. I'm not a person who worked for the union. I worked for the state of Washington. And so I'm a rank and file. So the things I've done over the year is pretty much volunteer. But it was based on the orientation I had growing up. And so the orientation that you've gotten today will help you with your engagement. And so just remember that and take that with you. And one other part that I would say, another phrase I have that I use, and I use a lot of them, is that not only are you part of the labor movement, but now that you've gone through this internship and as you finish, remember, not only are you part of the union movement and the labor movement and the movement of liberation for our community, as they say, to resist the forces that try to enslave the human soul, you are not just a part, you have a part in it. And part of this training has helped you gain a footing. You all had a part in whatever affiliate, whether you were SEIU 6 or WSLC or Teamsters or whatever affiliate you work with. You had a part, and that part is something that's unique to you, because you just have to remember your gifts that you have, that you bring with you, will make room for you to use your part. So as you go forward on after this time together, this 6-week period, the memories that you have, the experiences that you gain, hold on to them, use them as you engage. Use the orientation that you learned as you engaged. And as I close out, like I said, another phrase, this one I use all the time from the scriptures. It says, as you go forward, be encouraged that you can be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of labor and liberation. The Bible says the Lord, but because it is righteous work that you do, and it's a righteous calling. Right. And when you are steadfast, unmovable, and always abounding in the work, just remember, despite what you may feel or get sometime, your labor is never in vain in labor and in righteous work. And I hope that's an encouragement for you as you move forward. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today.